All right, welcome back to your favorite intermediate algebra class. Good to see you. Today we're going to talk about algebraic expressions and models, and our objectives are to evaluate some algebraic expressions and to simplify those as well. So let's talk about some powers here. So if you have, just a little notation, you have like 3 to the 4th, 3 is your base, right? 4 is your power, your exponent there, and there's your exponent. Okay, so if you look at this -2 to the 4th, if you're going to evaluate that, that -2 is your base. Notice it's in parentheses there. That problem is different than the problem right below it. Okay, so this means that there are 4 of those -2's. Of course, -2 times -2 is 4 times you got another 4, so you end up getting 16 for this answer right there. Okay, now if you look at the other one here, you got the negative, and then it's 2 to the 4th. Okay, so the 2 is actually your base there, and your negative, we're going to apply that at the end there. Okay, so it's kind of like, and I've actually seen this written in textbooks this way. It'd be kind of nice if they denoted it that way every time, but they don't. Okay, so you got this negative, and then you got this 2 to the 4th. 2, 2, 2, 2. Well, we know that's 16, so this ends up being -16. So you see the difference in those two problems. Um, note where those parentheses are at. So let's talk about our order of operations. If you probably have been taught, or maybe are familiar with the PEMDAS, right? The acronym. Some people remember it as "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P standing for parentheses. Do your parentheses first, or your grouping symbols, then do the exponents. Then do your multiplication and division together, left to right. Then you do your addition and subtraction at the same time, left to right. Okay, so let's work with some order of operations to kind of review that with you guys. So here we go. 3 plus 4 times 8 minus 6, quantity squared. So PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, says, do my parentheses first. Okay, so we do the 8 minus 6. And then we do our power next. Please excuse exponents here. Okay, so 2 squared is 4. 2 times 2, right? And then we do multiplication division. So we do the 4 times the 4. And so we end up with 19 at the end. Let's do the one in blue here. Let's evaluate 2x squared minus 6x minus 3 when x is 3. So let's plug in 3 for x. Let's substitute that in. And then we're going to do our parentheses. Now there's nothing to simplify inside of the parentheses, so now we move to our exponents. So 3 squared is 9. Now we're going to do our multiplication division. So 18 minus 3. Of course, 18 minus 18 is gone, and we're left with a -3 as our answer there. All right, simplifying by combining like terms. So let's go ahead and distribute this first, and then we'll talk about some like terms here. So 4x, 4 times 2 is 8, -2 times x, -2x, -2 times a +2 is a -4. Now we're looking for like terms. Now like terms are terms that have the same variable, okay, and also the power of that variable. Okay, so like let's say we had 2x squared and 6x squared. Well, those are like terms, but you know what? 2x squared and 3x are not. These are not like terms. Let's do another one. 2x squared. Let's go 6x squared y. Are those like terms? No, they are not because of the y. They have to be the exact same. Now these two are. Those, yes, those are like terms. So you can combine like terms. You cannot combine terms that are not like terms, right? Okay. All right, so back to this problem here. Which ones are like terms? Well, you say, well, the 4x minus the 2x. Well, 4x minus 2x, 4 minus 2 is 2. 2x. And then those real numbers there, 8 minus 4 is a +4. So 2x plus 4. And let's get to our last problem here. Let's do a story problem. You have a $10 phone card here. So by the way, we're writing and evaluating this real life model here. I forgot to put this as an example. You have a $10 phone card. Each minute on the phone costs you 12 cents. Write an expression that shows how much money is left on the card after X amount of minutes on the phone. Evaluate the expression for 20 minutes and then for 60 minutes. Okay, so we start with $10, right? So 10 bucks, and we're taking off how much it's costing us for each minute, right? And we say, well, it's 12 cents per minute, right? So 0.2 times X. Like for instance, if X is 1, it would be $10 minus 0.12 times 1. Or let's say we went 2 minutes, right? It'd be $10 minus 0.12 times 2, so we'd use up 24 cents worth of minutes, right? So $10 minus 24 cents, and so on. So X is just showing us the number of minutes, right? Symbolizing the number of minutes there. Okay, so there's our expression, and then we want to evaluate it for 20 and then for 60. Do this below here. 10 minus 0.12 times 20. So that's 10 minus, let's see, 0.12 times 20 would be $2.40. So it looks like we have $7.60. Okay, of course you'd multiply that out if you needed to do it that way. And then we're also doing 10 minus 0.12 for X when X is 60. Times 60. And that would be $7.20. So it looks like we get $2.80 left. Okay, see you guys in class.